Hey YouTube, it's me, DeathbyDakota, otherwise known as Dubstep Wobbs and or Uncle Olaf. I have a review of Halo 4. Now, I don't, I own it. I went to the midnight release, pre-ordered as well, and I also got the map pass. So I own pretty much everything there is to own, unless you get the limited edition, but that's not really anything better if you think about it. Um, I'm here to talk about a certain weapon in the game that I find extremely ridiculous. It's the DMR. I got into an argument with a kid over if it's OP or not, and I have come to the conclusion that it is. When using the DMR, it's very easy to get kills compared to the carbine, battle rifle, or light rifle. I prefer the light rifle because I can, snipe with it. But the problem with the sniping is the DMR basically outdoes every weapon in the game. Unless you're at really close range, which still sometimes the DMR prevails there, they really need to, patch the DMR, because it's really ridiculous. I also find it funny with the campaign. I beat the campaign, and it was a really big disappointment to me. Being the Halo fanboy that I am, the whole story with Cortana, I think, was really good. The Cortana storyline was just absolutely amazing, especially at the end. It's really beautiful. But the whole Forerunner storyline, it didn't feel Halo to me. It felt like I was like a little fantasy adventure kind of thing. I felt like an idiot because I'm chasing after this guy who's in a giant orb, who's gonna destroy mankind and the aliens at once. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why. I just don't. It didn't, beating the campaign for me was really just. It's very repetitive, and I get really annoyed because every fight, what I have to do is I have to take out the little flying things, and then I have to kill the Prometheans. And it's just a big pain in the ass because I beat it on normal, and they don't give you enough ammo. I don't understand how people on Legendary do it. They must have a person they let them kill them a few times, because you run out of ammo like no tomorrow. But the campaign I'd give it a 6 out of 10 because I just didn't like it. It was beautiful, and the art and whatever was great, but yeah, it was, yeah, definitely a 6 out of 10. The multiplayer, on the other hand, if you don't count the DMR, it would be about a 9 out of 10, but seeing as the DMR just rules the game, and all the little COD kids use the DMR because they can't use anything else other than the most overpowered weapon, I definitely give the multiplayer about an 8 out of 10, but if the DMR was not there, I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10, because the DMR just ruins it for so many people, because it's annoying. Honestly, because most of the maps are extremely open, and the DMR is a 4-shot, 5-shot, and that's normal in Halo, right? But at the same time, the other guns aren't scaled the right way, the battle rifle, because the battle rifle has recoil, and so does the light rifle, but the DMR has no recoil whatsoever. You can just, it's like you have some sort of mount that the DMR is always on. And so you just never get recoil. As if the DMR was just stuck in place, and you were just shooting it from that set place. But the game overall is definitely really good. I would recommend getting it. The limited edition, I heard, is really good too. But the DMR, I think, is just not good at all. I think it's ruining the Halo game, honestly. And I think that's the reason a lot of people don't like it, is because it feels like the DMR is God's right hand. It's the same with the Mantis. A lot of people think the Mantis is OP because it can tank a laser shot, but the Mantis itself, it's so slow. If it was a one-shot with the laser, that wouldn't really be fair to the person in the Mantis, because the Mantis it's so slow, you wouldn't be able to evade the laser shot unless you played extremely tactically with it, which most people don't have a brain to do that. But yeah, Halo 4 was, in line with the trilogy, and it made sense except for the stupid Forerunner planet, and I think they should have did a little more work on the enemies, because it just feels repetitive, when you're on the gondola. I felt oh, I gotta go here. Oh, they stopped me. I gotta go clear this area out. Oh, no, they stopped me again. I gotta clear this area out. and it was very repetitive, and I really didn't like that. And the shortage of ammo forced you to use like the Forerunner pistols, which got really annoying because they're extremely terrible unless you're extremely close range, and that would mean you have to like dive into the enemy or lure them over, which is hard to do when they won't leave a certain area and their guns can shoot you from there, but you can't shoot them. So I had a really difficult time with the campaign in terms of enjoying it. There aren't that many little kids who play it. I've only met people my own age. I'm sure there are kids who play, but I actually recommend it for the age group of like 14 and up, because anyone younger than 14 should not be playing this game, just due to the fact that the internet community is mainly pedophiles and people who want to touch you. But yeah, that's my review on Halo 4. Shoutouts to Matt with Republica. Shoutouts to Alex Strati Boy with I don't even know Alex. LARPing, I guess. And shout out to Joe for being the best clan member of all freaking time. And yeah, I think China's gonna nuke us. So have a great day. Goodbye.